Hello, people. Hello, my friends. Time for quiz. Yeah. Try and get my stuff ready here. Go. All right. Rapido. Boom, boom, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-dum. Say hello if you can hear and if you can see. We are just about to start doing Rapido Dr. Paul's quick quiz for a Tuesday and a Thursday as well. Hello, John. Hello, Phil. Phil's trying to get his suggestion in there early. I've not asked yet. Not asked you for the category yet. I'll do the first question at 5 past. All right, let's just chat until then. Give us a share if you can. In fact, I'll go back the way on this. Rapido. Remember Rapido with Antoine Ducon, or am I the only one old enough for that? Hello, Alan. How you doing? So yeah, give us a share, will you? Share. Let's get this out to the people. I'm going to try and be really quick tonight. I should be quicker than the other nights because, like the other nights, I've done this one because I've got the questions on screen this time instead of putting them in the chat because I noticed that wasn't really working with the time lag, particularly to Facebook. So, yeah, if you can see your way to doing a wee share, hit share, copy the link, send it to all your friends and family, challenge them to a quiz, say, look, I'm going to do this. How many points are you going to get? There are 3 quizzes made of, pardon me, 55 points each. That's 160 possible points tonight. Yeah, that was a bad one last week, wasn't it? France. I actually can't really... I've been putting these together today, but I've not really got a handle on whether there's any that are particularly difficult. I think I remember putting one together and thinking, yeah, this is quite difficult. This is a bit like the France one, so let's see if anyone picks that. The other one that was difficult last week was 18th century. That was pretty difficult. Anyway, it's 2 minutes past 7. I'll say what I say on Mondays, which is on the other days as well, which is just before we start, give us some good news. Let's hear some good news from your personal world. Like my good news today was, I think, well, that I've got the meat in the fridge in day order, so that I don't have to keep looking at all the packets, seeing what needs to be eaten first. Because I've arranged them left to right in the fridge like that. It's pretty cool. So the whole preparing dinner thing was just a few minutes quicker tonight. Pretty good, huh? Life hacks. I'm going to start a different YouTube channel. Dr. Paul's Life Hacks. Making it easy for you. Right, we've hit 11 viewers. It's pretty good. The numbers for this Tuesday and Thursday have been much lower compared to my other Monday, Wednesday, Friday quizzes. I don't know if people don't like the format. Well, I don't think so, because I don't think they know the format because they haven't been turning up. I think people are just used to turn up on the day they want to turn up. Anyway, word will get out about this. You tell me if you like it or don't like it, or if you think it could be better. We're going to start very soon, right? Okay, let's get on to tonight's categories. You write down you pick a category, no answers in the chat, upload your score at the end, add your score as you go, total up your score as you go, that's it. Right, first one to shout out will get the first category. So that's the categories tonight. First person to shout will get their category of choice for the first round. Science, rock music, 21st century, musicals, meat, Queen's geography, Northern Ireland, and money. Right. So you were keen earlier on, and you've managed to get in first there as well. So it's musicals. We are going to do musicals. Okay. So what I got to do, let's turn it off for a second. We're about to start asking questions about musicals. Find it. That's all I got to do. Here we are. Okay. Right, that seems to work. I've just got a different way of doing this tonight. And so far, it looks like it works. It looks like it is working. Right, I'll just try and make it slightly more beautiful. Right, okay, there we go. Right, so you know how this quiz works. There are 10 questions. There's 10 seconds for each question. You've got to get your answer out, say it or write it, whatever you're going to do, before I tell you the answer, which is after every question. The questions start off easy and get more difficult, and the easy one is worth 1 point. The second question is worth 2 points. Third one is worth 3 points, and so on. Final question is worth 10 points. So the questions get more difficult, more valuable. Add up your score as you go. At the end of tonight's 3 quizzes, I'm going to get you to upload total score. So if you've got a pen and a bit of paper, that's probably the best thing. Maybe you have an electronic device. I don't know how you guys work. You modern people. Right, ready? Here we go. 5 minutes past. Let's do it. Okay. And these are written down tonight, which makes everything just a little bit easier. So, musicals. Okay, here we go. 70s show. Which 1971 stage musical is set at Rydell High School? That's an easy musical question. Musicals question to get you going. You see the timer counting down there? That's all working as well. Nice and easy. This end. Right, okay. First answer is Greece. Okay. You've got to get the answer out before I give you the answer. You know what I mean? If you got it right, score 1 point. Here we go. Here's this 2-point question. Which English comedian and author wrote the Queen musical We Will Rock You? Okay. Always comes to the Playhouse. I've never been to see it. I know some Queen fans who say it's great, and I know some Queen fans who say it's rubbish. Time's up. Ben Elton. 2 points for Ben Elton. On to the 3-point question. Austria. Which city in Austria provided the primary setting for the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical The Sound of Music? Is that... I was about to give you multiple choice, but it's not multiple choice. Name the city in Austria, which is the main setting for The Sound of Music. Time is up. Correct answer is Salzburg. It gets slightly more difficult as time goes on. Right, number 4 will be a multiple choice question. Jukebox musicals. Which songs feature in the jukebox musical Moving Out? First performed in 2002 and it's set in the 1960s. Is that the songs of Billy Joel or the songs of Elton John? So Moving Out is the name of the musical, jukebox musical, and it features the songs of, time is up, Billy Joel, or Joel, depending on how you say it. Oops. ALW. It's musicals, you know what that stands for. Which original musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, ALW, and Tim Rice features the song I Don't Know How to Love Him? I've got your 10 seconds now. So Andrew Lloyd Webber, original musical, I Don't Know How to Love Him. Time is out. Jesus Christ Superstar is the answer. Literally the greatest film and show ever made. True. 6 points. Him again, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, first performed in 1984, includes the characters Rusty, Bobo, Greaseball, and Pearl? See, 10 seconds. So another Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. This time it came out in 1984. Characters include Rusty, Bobo, Greaseball, and Pearl. Correct answer. Time is up. Starlight Express. So the one with the roller skates. Apparently they have that at a purpose-built venue in Germany, like permanently on, apart from COVIDs and all that. Number 7, Chicago, another great show. What is the profession of Billy Flynn in Chicago? Is he a doctor or a lawyer? Either way, his mother would be proud. But Billy Flynn in Chicago, is he a doctor or a lawyer? Time's out. He's a lawyer. The sharp-talking lawyer. Give him the old razzle-dazzle. Razzle-dazzle. In other words, talk nonsense, but do it swanky, and you get away with it. I saw Marty Pellow playing Billy Flynn in The Kings in Glasgow, and it was great. 8 points now, right? We're getting right up the top end here. Going on 17. What's the first name of the eldest Von Trapp child in The Sound of Music? Second question about The Sound of Music. There go 10 seconds. Can you remember her first name? Character's first name? 0 seconds left. She's called Liesel. Rhymes with diesel. Now you're sucking diesel. 8 points if you got Liesel. 2 last questions. 9 point and 10 point. Medieval times. What was the title of a musical first performed in 1960 and based on the legend of King Arthur? A little more obscure compared to some of the stuff we've been asking so far. It's a one-word answer. I'll give you that. 1 second, 0 seconds. Correct answer is Camelot. Outstanding, right? And the last one, the big one for 10 points, is a timeline question. In which year did the ABBA musical Mamma Mia first appear on stage? Plus or minus 2 years, okay? So have a guess at a year. If you get within 2 years, then you get the points. Mamma Mia. Brilliant music. Savaged by the producers and the writers of Mamma Mia. Here it is. Right answer is 1999. So if you said between 97, 2001, you got a point. There you go. That's 10 points. And that's it. That's our musicals quiz. What did you score? What did you miss? I don't think that was too difficult, even for non-musicals people. I don't think that was too bad. Could be totally wrong. You tell me. Like, I like musicals, but I'm not a big musicals geek. I don't think I would have got Camelot. Just about everything else I would have. 42. Didn't get 3 and 10. What was 3? Ah, Vienna. The most meaningless of all cities. Hey, 45 for the Golden Girls. Unless that's minus 45. You don't take points off if you get them wrong. 44. All right. Oh, score's pretty close. 42, 45, 44. Nice one, Lorna. Looks like Michael's the best so far. I'll get you to upload all your scores in total at the end. Didn't get Mamma Mia or the Jesus Christ Superstar song. I don't know how to love him. Great stuff. Oof. 29. After guessing the year. Nice one. 24 for the caramel brownies. All right. A range of score. Oh, look, Phil's got Phil, who chose the category, got 55. Oh, really? You got a full? That's a full house. I got a minute. Yeah, Phil. Andrew Lloyd Webber tried to get the rights to Thomas the Tank Engine. I believe I have read that. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? Have you seen Shed 17? I think it's called, or something like that. The horror Thomas the Tank Engine thing. It's on YouTube. I'll give you the link later. It's crazy. Don't watch it. Whatever you do, I'll send you mad. Right. Well done at Phil for choosing that. And I know yet, Jonathan. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Right. Here we go. I'm going to go back to the board for our next category. Now, what I've got to do is click musicals, because musicals is off the menu. We've done that. Choose category now. Got to wait till I say that. It's like run around. Run around now. Pick a category, folks. And he's managed to get it there. Good to say, that was the first one. There's the second one. Well done, Jonathan. Right, okay. All right, Queens. Click Queens, make it go away. And if I do this little shuffle, which I've now done a few times, and I more or less know what I'm doing here. Queens. There we go. Yes. Okay, that works. Resize it a little bit. That's nice. Right, okay. Right, here we go. Same again. Start off at 1 point question, go up to the 10-point question. Queens is the subject. Here we go. So, number one, succession. Who is the Queen's eldest son? When I say the Queen, I mean the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II of the UK, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the Commonwealth, not some other Queen. You know what I mean? Our Queen, the usual Queen, the actual Queen. The Queen. QE2. Right, we're down to 0 points there. 0 seconds, rather. Here is the correct answer. It's Prince Charles. All right, there he is. Absolutely useless. 1 point for Prince Charles, which feels appropriate. Number two, Queen of the Moors. Who plays Maleficent in the 2014 film Maleficent? And she is the fairy Queen of the Moors. 2 seconds left, 1 second left. Who plays Maleficent? Time's up. Correct answer is Angelina Jolie. 2 points. I saw the most recent Maleficent film and I thought it was pretty good. Number three, coronation. In which building was the Queen, once again, you know which Queen we're talking about, was she actually officially crowned at her coronation? 1953. There goes the time. So the Queen had her coronation in 1953. In which building was she when she actually got the crown put on the head? The actual coronation moment took place in which building? Time is up. You got this? Westminster Abbey. Yeah, did you get that? You might have said St. Paul's, you might have said Buckingham Palace. They were all involved during the day, I think. Well, maybe not St. Paul's, but Westminster Abbey is where they did the job. Right, number four, Goths. Which Shakespeare play includes a character named Tamora, Queen of the Goths? Is that Titus Andronicus or The Winter's Tale? All right, there go 10 seconds. So a 50-50 Shakespeare question there for 4 points. Tamora, Queen of the Goths. Awesome name. Is that Titus Andronicus or The Winter's Tale? Time's up. It's Titus Andronicus. She marries the Emperor. And everybody kills everybody else. I read about it today. As loads of people die. It's the most violent Shakespeare play. Number five, Queen of Egypt. All right. Within 100 years, what year was Cleopatra born? There's 10 seconds. You've all heard of Cleopatra. La Cleopatra. Na 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 La Cleopatra. That was one of the songs from this year's Eurovision that didn't happen. So the right answer here, when was Cleopatra born? 69 BC. So in the brackets, that's a mistake. That should say 169 BC up to 31 AD. That's how that works. If you got within that time span. So you had to get within 100 years. So back the way in time, it's 169 BC. And then forward in time, it's 31 AD. Anything between that, you got 5 points. I hope you understand that. A little bit of typo there. Number 6 for 6 points, West Coast. Which Scottish island is known as the Queen of the Hebrides and is home to the Bowmore whisky distillery? There's 10 seconds there. Different type of queen this. Queen of the Hebrides. Bowmore whisky distillery is there. Which is the island? Time is up on this Rapido quiz. Right answer is Islay. Okay. Getting more difficult, you see. 7 points. Tech. What year did the Queen, same Queen again, the Queen, send her first ever email? Now, was it 1976 or 1996? So 20-year difference there. When did the Queen send her first ever email? In the 70s or the 90s? 76 or 96? Time is up. Correct answer is, make sure you decide now before I say 76. Ooh. It was kind of a demo system to do with the army. Queen gets first shot and everything. You know what I mean? It's the way it goes. Lyrics. Which word from the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody comes from an Arabic phrase meaning in the name of God? Right? So it's one of the unusual words out of Bohemian Rhapsody. Rhapsody, obviously, not Raspody, as has been typed here. So which word in the song means in the name of God? Comes from the Arabic phrase. Correct answer is Bismillah. Bismillah, no. We will not let him go. Bismillah, no. Great. Right, 9 points. Queens. In a standard English pattern deck of playing cards, which is just the standard playing cards that you get, what objects are the queens usually holding? I'll go 10 seconds. See, more difficult now. High value questions. What are the queens usually holding in a deck of cards? The correct answer is flowers. Look, you can check this actually. Right here, look, there's a king. What's he got? Got an axe. Yeah, right enough. There you go. Flower. So, time for the 10-point question. The most expensive question. The hardest should be, anyway, the question is about comedy. Which actress played the Queen in Blackadder II and Nurse Mary in Blackadder Goes Forth? There's 10 seconds on the clock. What was the name of the actress who did Blackadder 2? She was the Queen there. In the fourth series of Blackadder, she was Nurse Mary. Right, time is up. Can you remember this woman's name? She is called Miranda Richardson. All right. There you go. That's 10 questions, 55 points. What did you score? I thought they were more difficult than musicals. You tell me, what do you score? Like, I know Miranda Richardson, but I wonder if I would have been able to dig out the answer in 10 seconds. Struggled to 37. 37 is pretty strong anyway. Bit better this time. Mr. Crawford, 42. Excellent. Missed 6 and 7 for Mr. Doyle, who chose the category. Didn't get 6 and 7. Which were 6 and 7? All right, the Queen of the Hebrides. Yeah, that's difficult. Yes, you know it, because there's quite a lot of them. Skye, Mull, Jura, all sorts. And the Queen one, yeah, it's difficult as well. Golden Girls got 25. Phil's having a good night tonight so far. 55 in the first round, 35 in the second. Very good. Very, very good. Went for Galileo. All right, for Bohemian Rhapsody. Nah, that's just Galileo, the astronomer, I think. Scaramouche is like a clown character from Italian traditional theatre. Fandango is a dance and also a colour. Scaramouche, Fandango, Bismillah, Galileo. Ireland and year thought 76 was the Queen. Yeah, 76 was right. That's what year it was. Yeah, 1976. Went for Winter's Tale, Sky, right, for Queen of the Hebrides, and fans. Fans for the cards. That's a good answer. John, it's a wrong answer. It's a good answer. So, let's see what happens next. For Rapido. Choose the next category now. Not Phil and not Mr. Doyle, because you've chosen categories already. You only get one. Right, first up was Alan with science. Aha! And I believe that was an Alan Crawford request from last week. What I'll do after this next category is I'll ask you what categories you're looking for next time. The ones that don't get chosen, I'll leave them up there. So it leaves 3 spaces on the board, you know what I mean? So what categories do you want to see in these 3 spaces? Have a think about it. Don't tell me just now, but I'll... Oh, I see, right. Jonathan does say, no. I thought 76 was when she famously fired a laser, so went for the other one. I guess that's working on the fairly reasonable basis that the Queen only does one thing a year. That's when she used to be kind of young and fit. Right. So what's the category? Oh, yeah, science. Science. Come on, let's get it sorted out. Share screen, click that, click this. Scroll down here, and then there it is. And then hit share. There we go. Science. Science. God almighty, where would we be if there was no science? Science is the best. Let's do it. Here we go. 55 points, 10 questions. Right. Number 1, evolutionary. What was the name of the guy who wrote the book On the Origin of Species, published in 1859? All right. Number 1 science book. English naturalist who wrote On the Origin of Species, published in 1859. What's the guy's name? He is Charles Darwin. Oh, yeah. 1 point. Easy. Number 2, a film. Which scientist was portrayed by Eddie Redmayne in the 2014 film The Theory of Everything? There goes 10 seconds. I think this is easy as well. Eddie Redmayne was the actor. Who was the scientist? It was Stephen Hawking. The walking, talking Stephen Hawking. 3 points, biology. This might be an actual science question. In the human body, bile is stored in the gallbladder, but which organ produces the bile? 10 seconds, starting. Well, it's the way through now. 1 second to go. 0 seconds left. It's the liver. I'm suspicious about that question. I'm going to check it later on. Remember what you put. I'm not sure. Is that right? Is liver right? Anyway, let's crash on here. Number 4, field of study. What is orology the study of? Is it the study of mountains or the study of rivers? There's 10 seconds. If you are at a party and you meet an orologist, what does the orologist do? Do they study mountains? Whoa. Or rivers? Is, of course, mountains. Uranus. It's Greek. Everything is Greek. 5 points now. Elements. Which element has the chemical symbol Xe? There's 10 seconds. This is so much better than all that cutting and pasting I was doing last week. It didn't take too long to put these together, so it's all right. Right, 0 seconds. Xe is xenon. Nobody knows what xenon is. It's a mystery. That's a joke. Communications. Right, decades. In which decade did John Logie Baird's company broadcast the first transatlantic television signal? Don't need the year, just the decade. All right, Baird, John Logie Baird for Helensburgh, managed to send a signal from London to New York through the air, and they picked up the signal on the other side and made a picture out of it. Totally amazing. What year? What decade was that? Right answer: 1920s. 1928 to be precise, if you were going for more precision. Phil saying liver is correct. I feel reassured by that, but I will check it just after. Other job. As well as being a top-class classical music composer, what did Alexander Borodin help to develop? So he's most famous as a composer, but he was also instrumental in the development of what? Dynamite or formaldehyde? I didn't know that the Queen fired a laser in 1976. I'll be looking that one up as well. Right, time's up. He was one of the inventors of formaldehyde. Okay, he was a chemist. Getting difficult now. 8 points. Human body. What is the name of the major arteries in the neck which supply the head with oxygenated blood? Countdown is on. Arteries going up here. Whoa. What's the name of those arteries that feed the head? Carotid. Or carotid. I think you say carotid. I'm not sure. Not sure about pronunciation, but that's the word. Like a carrot. 9 points for this one. What is measured using a hygrometer? Or hygrometer? I honestly don't know how you pronounce that. Hygrometer or hygrometer? Probably a hygrometer, I reckon. Time is up. You measure humidity or parts of water per 1,000. You know what I mean? Anything that means humidity, if you put that, then you get 9 points. Right, here comes 10-point question. The last question in what has been, I think, fairly difficult round. Plastic polymers. Third most manufactured plastic polymer in the world is PVC. What does PVC stand for? 10 seconds. Try and work out what PVC stands for. 2 seconds. 1 second. No seconds left. That's difficult, isn't it? Polyvinyl chloride. Ooh. So what'd you get? That's the questions. That's 55 points. That's Rapido. We've done 3 quizzes, each worth 55. That is my quiz for a Tuesday and a Thursday. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see some scores. I'm going to give you a link in a moment, which will allow you to upload your score. And that will allow me to make a league table of tonight's participants, and I'll put that on Dr. Ball Facebook shortly. So, yeah, I'll give you that link just now. There's the link there. Let me just look up bile. I think it was liver. Yeah, produced by the liver. It's in the first line of the Wikipedia article. Bile, from the Latin bilis, or gall, is a dark green to yellowish brown fluid produced by the liver of most vertebrates. Aids the digestion of lipids in the small intestine. Great. Ashamed. Oh, what's that? 22. It's okay. 38. Nearly got number 10, but not quite. What did you get? Pre-vehicular cheesecake. Alan chose the category and he got 46. Only missed a hygrometer. Here's a bonus fact from Mr. Doyle. Queen Victoria's coronation, various things went wrong. One being that she had to go back and get recrowned. Bloody useless back then, weren't they? The early Victorians. 117 best yet for Alan, 133 for Phil. That's great. You get those scores uploaded. Just upload the total score. I'll make league table. Right, let's go back to the categories. I'm going to take some other requests for new categories. 119, yes, that's good stuff. So let's do that, and then I do this. Do this. They appear. Right, so we had tonight. We had Queens, musicals, and science. All those other ones will remain on the board. Rock music, 21st century, meat. We're looking forward to someone picking that. Geography, Northern Ireland, and money. Give me some other ideas. I'll even write it down here. Suggested categories for Rapido. Sport cricket 70s. That looks like the best score tonight, Mr. Doyle, 142. Nice. Sport cricket 70s. Blimey. See, what I'm trying to do with the categories is get stuff where it's, if it's your category, then you'll do better. You know what I mean? If it's one you really like, you'll do better. But can it be a category where people would get completely left for dead? You know? It's got to be a category where people who would never pick that category could still get a half decent score. That's the idea. Oh, it's only 122. Is that the best tonight? No. Phil's got 133. That looks like the best one tonight, I think. Football. Oof. People hate football, Phil. I know you're a football fan, and I think it's difficult for football fans to comprehend just how much people hate football who don't like football. Well, that was a separate suggestion. Aye, the 1970s is a category. That's a good category. That's good. What? Nah. Midsummer Murders, that's like one TV show, yeah? Too niche. Transport. See, that's a good suggestion. Transport. Can it be too niche? And can it be the sort of niche where anybody who, you know, where somebody's going, no, don't pick it. Sci-fi movies, that's just about wide enough to be okay. Because you get a lot of people who would say, oh, I hate sci-fi. But they'll still know the answers to some of the questions, you know. Sitcoms, that's good. Yeah, sport's a funny one, isn't it? Maybe something like rules of sports. Sports rules. That's a good idea. Saw that one as well. American sports. That's the sort of thing that could turn people off as well. Prime ministers. Well, I guess we've had queens. Might as well do the parliamentarian side of the battle. Prime ministers. I've not got around to this yet, but I'm going to start looking for sponsors for this quiz. By the way, I am accepting tips. You don't have to pay to play this. It's completely free. But I do accept tips. If you thought the quiz was worth a couple of quid, I'd be delighted to get a couple of quid. But at this stage, probably more important if you would just tell somebody about this quiz for me. That'd be really good, you know. Send it to them and say, look, I got 125. You try this. See what you get. No Tories as a category. That's good. Or are you saying prime ministers but no Tories? Well, that would be quite a short round, wouldn't it? Pretty much Tony Blair, Gordon Brown. That's it. Wilson, Callaghan, MacDonald. Eden. There's a few. There's a few Labour prime ministers. Shakespeare. Yeah, Shakespeare's good actually because there's a lot of connections to Shakespeare stuff, and it can be low culture as well because there's been a lot of films made. Which, not low culture, but accessible. You know what I mean? Sort of more stuff that the people like. It is deeply ingrained in our culture, even though we're here in Scotland. You know, Shakespeare's probably got more influence than Robert Burns, even in Scotland, I would say. Just in terms of the amount of culture that we absorb that is, comes from Shakespeare. Robert Burns, much loved, deeply beloved by people, but kind of limited to the world of poetry. So we don't get so much Burns. A lot of Burns statues. Everywhere's got a Burns statue. I was in Montrose. They got a Burns statue. Wherever you go, Leith's got a Burns statue, or did have until they started digging up for the trams. Aye, gods, just gods in general. I think Mr. Mackey. I think that'd be good. Yeah, gods as a category. I could get some Egyptian stuff in there. I could get some Hindu stuff. The arms. Oh. Kids TV, yeah, definitely. And there's loads of great. Thanks for all those, everybody. Loads of great categories. Yeah, kids TV. That's good. I was thinking about this the other day, actually, Lauren. I was thinking about just stopping pretending to be all things to all people. In other words, people under 30. And just embrace the fact that I am the age I am and just pitch the quizzes just more directly for, folk who can remember Bagpuss and rhubarb and custard, Thundercats, Scooby-Doo, and Hong Kong Phooey. I love Hong Kong Phooey. Top Cat. Although Top Cat's a bit of a bastard. Play School, Jack and Ori, Ivor the Engine. Pshtikov, Pshtikov, Pshtikov. Man, I love Ivor the Engine. Do they still make stuff like that? It's an easy thing to say at this age. You go, oh, they don't make stuff like that anymore. But then, you know, do you really test the theory? Do you really go and see if they do make stuff like that now? I don't think they do. Stuff like King Rollo and Mr. Ben. That's top two in it. Mr. Ben and Ivor the Engine. A marvellous, a crackle, mouse organ. Heave! Heave! Amazing. Saw a discussion the other day on a thread on the internet, and someone was describing Bagpuss as scary, which I never thought of. Like terrifying, like creepy. House organ was something else. '90s TV, I think you're a wee bit younger, Phil. For me, '90s TV is, sadly enough, it is Friends. You know, I was going out with somebody for a couple of years who ended up living with somebody for a couple of years, and she watched a lot of Friends. Oh, I hated that thing. Yeah, just the '90s. Yeah. Like all the decades are good categories just on their own. '80s, the '90s, the '60s, the '70s, and then anything after the year 2000 doesn't count because we all got you stop noticing when you reach a certain age. Like, in fact, it's telling that on the board up here, 21st century. I think that's been there since the start, and no one's picked it. Nobody wants 21st century. Mop, 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 mop. Watched Friends from the start. God, man, I can't stand it. I mean, it's really well made, right? It's great writing, good jokes, good acting. It's kind of hard to pick fault with it, but it's just the overall effect just makes me want to kill myself and many other people as well. Yeah, that's right. When we split up, she went back to England, you see. I'd be amazed if she was living over the road now and very freaked out. I thought you were a wee bit younger, Phil. What year did Friends start? Let's have a look. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for me too. 1994, September 22nd, 1994 was its debut on American television. I'm not sure when it started here in the UK. Down, 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 down. Your month, your day, or even your year, I'll be there for you. You'll be there for me too. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, look, I didn't know that about Friends. That filming took place at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank in California. It's set in New York, but they filmed it in California. It's quite heavy. That's quite a heavy revelation. I just automatically assumed that it was so New York that they could only make it in New York. But of course, you can make it anywhere. It's TV, isn't it? Oh, I kind of feel a bit weird about that. Because, you know, I mean, obviously the whole thing's a lie. It's television. TV is a lie. But that's a new level of deception. I'll be there for you. Everybody's least favourite was Phoebe. It's just a given, isn't it? The Rembrandts was the name of the band. The album was good. What, they had an album? I thought the Rembrandts did that one tune and then killed each other. I have to confess, we liked it. Now my kids have grown up, have watched it more than us. The grown-up kids. Well, it got a resurgence, like, for some reason, about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Suddenly Friends became a thing again. Like, I don't really do themed quiz nights. I know some quiz masters do Game of Thrones quiz, Harry Potter quiz. That's an absolute standard. But another thing you see all the time is Friends quiz, Harry Potter quiz, Game of Thrones quiz. Like a full-on quiz night in a pub. Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, they can't show you Falkirk and think that you're in New York. They've got to use pictures of New York to look like New York. But they were never really out in the streets, were they? They were always in the flat or coffee shop. That's about it. Kid's born 92, 96. You got a kid that's born after the start of. That's the thing about nowadays, isn't it? I mean, you can just watch anything. It doesn't have to be on TV. You can watch anything you want from any time. It's really strange to people our age, because we're thinking, we're if there's a question about Blackadder earlier on, you had to wait for it to come on. All you kids don't realise this, or you might know it technically, but you don't know what it's like. Like, I'm not saying it was a struggle or difficult or better or worse or anything. It's just completely different. To wait for your show to come on, and you had to watch it. It's better now in a lot of ways. And just thinking about Friends gives me the book. Just all that wordplay mobile stuff. But like I say, the writing was flawless. It was funny, well scripted. I think I like Joey the best. If I was going to be anybody out of Friends, why am I even talking about this? Right. It is 10 to 8. It's quiz is finished. Been finished for a while. I'm talking absolute shite. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thanks very much for coming and doing Rapido tonight. I hope you enjoyed the 3 quick quizzes back to back. Idea. I'll be pursuing that for a little while. The Tuesday and Thursday thing started off having a live person answering the questions. I might go back to that in some format or other, but I need to get the numbers up, so let people know. Do it like a challenge. Say to your friends, look, I'm going to do this quiz at this time. You come and play, and we'll see who gets the best score. Right? It's just half an hour. Because I think we did that tonight. I think we just went over half an hour. So having the 10-second timer on the slides is good, because that moves it on. Really good. And I don't get stuck talking like I'm doing now. I can save that for afterwards. What am I looking for here? Oh yeah, the scores thing. Just in case you didn't upload your score yet, here's the link one more time for you. Thanks, Lorna. The travelling quiz. Right, before I go, I want to know about this. So what happened, like, in a pub? Yeah. Was it really, really busy? Was it good? I'll maybe ask you more about it next time you're on live, Phil. I mean, they must be good, these themed quizzes, in a way, because people keep hosting them. But I can't imagine doing one quiz like for an hour or 2 hours about one subject. You know what I mean? It'd blow my mind. I'd be so bored. But I'm not like these people who get into these things. Like people get into Game of Thrones and it becomes their life. They love it. They get into Harry Potter, it becomes their life. They love it. I'm not built that way. I like things, you know. I had to book a month in advance. Well, there's obviously, I mean, there's plainly a market and that sort of thing. Just never been able to bring myself to like go out and present a quiz all about one thing. And was it just trivia or was it gimmicky? Was there video stuff? Was there people dressing up? Was it one quizmaster? Or was it one quizmaster and a scoring team? Did they have projectors? Was it a big deal or was it just a guy? That's pretty crazy, like having a friend's quiz and taking it on tour. That's another thing I don't really want to do. Don't want to tour. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really missing cutting about Edinburgh, going to the pubs. Sitting here doing quizzes from home on the internet, quite like it. Quizmaster and assistant. Yeah. Big company. Yeah, well, big companies start off with one guy, two guys, a couple of people. Before you know it, it could be a big company. Not my scene. Stay solo. I stay solo. Hey, I'll ask you more about it when next time you're on live, Phil. But for now, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for coming and taking part. And remember, I'll be there for you.